All right, welcome back to the Cardiac Who's podcast where we talk about the cardiac calves. And if you watch us on YouTube, you can catch us on Spotify until we reach an agreement. The bear was beaten and the clocks were turned back. Sean Mills, I have a weird question for you guys. What year were you guys born?
93.
89.
Okay, so Sean is seeing history fold out in front of his eyes as the Cavaliers go 8-1 for the first time since 1990. Is that correct?
I believe so.
89. You're old, Mills.
36.
What'd you guys think of the game? Let's jump into this. Cal, West Coast, best coast, not the best coast.
First win in the Pacific time zone. That's a tough word for me to say, but for Virginia. So overall, better performance. We went out there and scored on our first 3 drives and kind of set the tone early. It kind of slowed down in the middle third of the game and then came on in the fourth. Got some more points, and ultimately Cam Robinson, best player on defense, ending the game with a pick 6, backdoor cover for those who that matters. Just overall, I mean, just getting back to our winning ways, the offense didn't look depleted. And we put up 456 yards of offense this time. So getting back to some good offense numbers.
Mills, what was your viewing method of the game, despite all the controversy brewing between
DirecTV, free membership
DirecTV
for 5 days.
So, whose side do you fall on? The only reason I ask is we can push other people to other areas and how they want to get these games and watch ESPN. I don't know who's going to win this battle. You think it's going to be YouTube?
I think YouTube should win the battle.
But I paid my $5 to Sling TV and was able to watch the game. So it was definitely I think a good confidence boost for us a little bit. You know, just to see that offense start running the ball. Sean, what was our total yard stat running the ball? I believe
214 yards on the ground.
And Jamari Taylor had like 105 of those, correct?
Yeah, he broke 100 yards.
Oh,
So he had 108 yards on
Almost
21
broke his
rushes.
he did.
The longest for 25 was at one of those touchdown runs. 2 TDs. He's now second in the country, tied for second in the country with 11 touchdowns.
Yeah, and one thing that I noticed that was a little bit different is it seemed that the team came out passing and played tempo, and they hit them spots over the middle.
We didn't get behind the sticks. We didn't have a lot of penalties on the offensive side of the ball, and we weren't on second and long a lot. And we were playing back to our style of football, so it was good. Mainly the biggest thing was we kept pounding the rock, and we would find a hole. We had Noah Vaughn for 1 carry, and then he got hurt. Again, it looked like re-injured his ankle. So I think not having 4 running backs has really kind of hurt us, where Xavier...
Where would you
Would have 4 running backs.
I mean, Xavier Brown's a big loss. He was the one who can bounce it outside. Harrison Whaley is the bowling ball coming in on. He's more of your third down back. So
How many carries did he get?
Whaley, he had 14 for 45 yards.
That's
So,
not bad.
well, if you recall, towards the end of the game, Taylor went out with that ankle injury,
Yeah.
and they had to rely on Whaley. And that's the whole reason. That was the whole thing about building up the. I think I did question, like, why did we sign so many running backs in the
Now you see it.
right? And
Who's the fifth string running back? Yeah.
fifth stringer,
Don't we have a white guy that runs the ball?
I would probably give it to Eli Wood. He does everything.
That's what I was
Technically,
gonna say,
Eli Wood did have a rushing touchdown, and Chandler Morris didn't have a passing touchdown because it was a backwards pass, and that he caught and ran it for 3 yards for the touchdown.
I don't know. I
Did Chandler throw a pick? I was gonna say,
No,
Yeah. Is that back-to-back games without a pick, or did he throw
no,
one?
he had one against UNC.
He did.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean, definitely a very clean offensive game for him, and he looked healthier to me.
Well, it should show that,
He went
and by that he was running the ball, and they made a concerted effort to get him mobile again. They did some running back, or not some. They did some quarterback draws for him, some design run plays for him. So yeah, they got him more involved in the running side, which I think opened up everything else
It
for
could have
him.
been that he was in California and got some medicinal herbs, if you know what I mean. I was feeling a lot better. So you never know.
It also helps when your offensive line has the best statistical game protecting in
Any sacks?
the season. I think he had a
So
few
there's
sacks, but
technically on paper, I believe, 2 sacks, but they weren't their fault. It was those situations
where he holds it a little too
I think
long, where he
one of
runs.
them,
I wasn't
did
able
he
to-
trip on one of them?
I think so. He tripped.
Yeah,
so.
that was like early in the game. He
I
tripped.
wasn't able to watch the whole game. I had a child stumble down the steps.
She okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, she
Sure.
yeah,
She's good to
nah,
go.
she's good. She rubbed it off and
Yeah, I remember you texting about that.
lost. I literally lost the whole second quarter. My wife wouldn't let me go downstairs until we figured out.
Fair enough. Well, then you missed like the best part of Chandler Morris. I mean, he looked really dynamic
looked
in
really
the
good.
first half.
I will say the third quarter did not look good to start. They got away from what they started in the first quarter with.
Yeah, but so I'm trying to remember precisely because I only watched the whole game, and then I think I watched like some highlights for fun. But I'm trying to think. We had a huge stop right at the end of the second quarter.
Correct.
So, and they were going to be getting the ball back.
Right.
So the stop was huge because you didn't want
That
Cal.
double dip.
Yep. And then we had a stop coming in.
We
the
had a
third
chance
quarter.
to add 3 more points at the end of the half, and Will missed a kick. And
Special
then,
teams struggled.
The
The punter.
he had a bad
wasn't
punt.
good.
But
But-
what gets me, you talk about the third quarter was
But
bad.
before we jump into this, I want to talk a little bit more about the offense real quick.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going with, was the third quarter offense where
Sure.
we got the ball and we started on their 23-yard line when they had the penalty and repunted it to Cam Ross and he ran it to the 23. Well, then we don't score on that possession. I think that's one where
Is that where he went for?
yeah, that was that
fake?
fourth down fake field goal. So I think that one is why you think the third quarter wasn't as great, because we took an opportunity where we were guaranteed points and we didn't get them. That's something we'll talk about later. That's, to me, I'm not a fan of.
So you think we should have taken the points?
Yeah.
Because that would have been, what, a 30-some-odd yard field goal?
I mean,
Plus
from there,
17?
it's 38.
Yeah, plus 17.
Yeah, I think maybe like if we would have had more of a padding, that's a great time to roll that play out there. But it's also like every game matters. It's such a high stake for us right now where we can't
afford to get cute on things.
Right.
And when we've won prior to this game, we've won the last 3 by combined 6 points. Yeah, you probably need to get the points when you can.
And there was definitely a momentum shift after
that, yeah, because you had a great punt return and then you do nothing with it.
Mm-hmm.
5 plays, busted fourth down stop or
But
a fake field goal.
What I wanted to highlight is like one of the big reasons that this offense really seemed to click a little bit more and get rolling was the JMU product, Cam Ross.
Cam Ross being back
Just-
definitely helped.
And it's crazy because I guess you don't really notice his effect until
He's gone.
he's gone. And yeah, I mean he definitely draws players to him. And I mean, so you have 2 deep threats with him and Trell, or speed threats.
How did Terrell do?
Start off great? He had a lot of catches early.
He led us 5 catches, 68 yards.
And then-
Edrin do well?
No, Edrin had a quiet day. He had 2 catches for 15 yards, but he was targeted 6 times.
I also been bringing up like 2 podcasts ago. You asked if that Twitty like being out affected us. I think it's kind of to show now that Sage is getting the catches, but Twitty was also that bigger body.
Sean might know a little bit more about this. Is what it really boils down to with Twitty being out is the schemes that they're able to roll out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember precisely if they'll run like a 2 tight end package with Twitty and Sage Ennis. Is that to provide that extra protection?
Yeah, 12
What you
personnel. They running the 2 tight end set definitely helps. And so missing him, and then you got Eli's got to step up. But in this game, they utilized both Eli and Sage very well.
Eli or John Rogers?
No, this week was Eli.
Eli.
Well, Eli's a wide receiver,
Receiver.
correct? So
He's 82, right?
yeah,
Believe so.
He looks like a tight end.
he is big. He's
Yeah.
the guy that they say holds, like he's a glue guy in that locker room. And I want to say, and you might know a little bit more about this. Isn't Eli a walk on? A former walk on?
Not sure on that one either.
Speaking of walk-on, Taylor's listed as that walk-on award.
But Mills, I want to talk about this kicker, man.
I don't. I'm going. All right, let me get it PG.
What's going on? I mean, you seem to be tuned in with these kickers. Like, you felt like there's a trust issue, but
I'm not saying it's a trust issue.
why is it this year that we feel like that he's not?
I think it's one, we're winning. I think two is when he's set up. I think he's like at 81% career wise, which is like 2% behind our leader Connor Hughes. But I mean, I don't know. I would love to know what his stats are from 45 out, even 40 out. Like, because he struggled with the deep kick, you know, and then the kick that he missed this past week was just a bad kick.
Rare punt too.
That was a bad punt by Sparks.
Yeah,
14 yards.
Very rare on his part.
ESPN2 did not do the best job of filming that game. It's like, because you couldn't tell, you know, on the
like that
the fake field goal, you didn't see a good angle.
Yeah, that was a little
because you thought he made it, but there was no angle.
Just the way I saw it.
Yeah.
But you know, you couldn't really tell. Apparently, that came down to more like execution when they kind of went back, like when Ballhawk was talking about, because he gets the extra film that we would like to see, but
he's got the little clicker. He can move it back and forth.
But he basically laid it out like had he just ran with his blockers, he would have gotten the first down there.
It's a punter running. He's running for his life.
Well, I'm talking about that fake field goal. You know, I know we're switching.
Well, no, he was the punter.
Yeah, the punter's running.
Punter.
That was Sparks. Yeah. That was Sparky running.
I got you.
Which is odd when he's been hurt 2 games back and you're going to run him. But
punters have the best hands.
Part of the deception, right?
No, I get it. You don't want to you can't throw a running back there because then it kind of throws it off. But going into Will real quick, he's 87% career
87?
kicking.
Oh.
Sorry. I had a whole career. Yeah, 81. 81% field goal made, 98% on the point after attempts. He hasn't missed a point after attempt since his freshman year or first year. So there's the jinx.
Does it show?
His long is 46, 47, so you start stretching him out. Yeah, it takes a little bit more oomph, and I think that kind of affected the kick there. But I don't mind missing that field goal because it was a bonus opportunity.
Right.
It's not like it was the one to win the game.
But the one thing for kickers is like when they play on turf, it's a natural. They don't have to worry about the hold or plant foot because it's the most purest. It's like nothing's given in grass.
Either way, I think we're holding too much on a kicker, and
if it comes down to ACC championship, 48-yard field goal, you trusting them?
If that's the only thing you got, I'd rather try the field goal. I mean, he's made from 47. He just needs a little bit more leg. He's just got to fix the technique there. So
it seemed like we got a little bit better with that.
He also got iced. It came back to bite us. And I think he should have kicked it. I think he should have kicked it the first time. He
karma from the UNC game.
Yep.
Though, right.
He pulled up and he didn't kick it. He should have kicked it. Maybe he would have
loosened that leg up.
Loosened up a little bit, or like, okay, yeah, I need to do this. But
also, that can also mess you up if you shank it really bad. It gives you the yips.
Yeah, there's definitely.
But to give you a free shot at it.
There's both sides of the coin. Absolutely. I felt like we cut down on the penalties this game, compared to like those costly penalties in the
no
UNC
roughing
game.
the passer this game.
Yeah, and that's the crazy that I felt like we had the same type of hits. There was one hit on JSK that, I mean, they blew him up big time way after he released the ball, and he wasn't outside the pocket or anything like that. Like,
was that second quarter?
Yeah,
I missed that.
Yeah, he kind of walked it off, like, but you tell it rattled him up.
I will say, like,
we had 5 for 40
a little bit
yards.
of the post game
5 for 40 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think.
They only had 3 for 21, so very clean game overall.
One of those was it was on the kickoff, correct?
Yep.
So, yeah.
That was on the Jamari Taylor, or not that was on the Cam Ross return.
Dude, what did y'all think about that one play where we hit the kicker, but it was like you thought it was a roughing the kick pass, but it was their guy that pushed him in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was huge.
I was like, man.
It's very close because it was so far away, but I guess the ultimate angle showed that he got shoved into him.
That's what I was saying.
So.
The ESPN, that video was broadcast was not the greatest, like showing film.
So we've already talked about the fake field goal. What'd y'all think about that last series decision to run? We had another opportunity to kick the ball
At the end of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or in the fourth quarter. Yeah, again, I think when we're only... Now, granted, the part of it is there. If you make the field goal, you're still only up 6. So a touchdown still beats you. Whereas if you get the first down, you end the game. However, I think...
I don't
Did
mind.
they run the same play on
The-
that one with Sage Ennis that they failed on the goal line?
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
similar. This time the pass was tipped. So, again, you kind of tip your hat. The guy got his hand on the
But
ball.
why not
but
run
again,
the ball?
Because
Yeah, that was the only thing. I
They
guess
had no timeouts.
there's two risks. I mean, obviously, you throw the ball, interception, they pick 6, and you have fumble, fall on the ball probably.
You kick it, then Cal gets a good return and sets up.
Right.
but
it was
again, with no
definitely
timeouts.
It was definitely the right. I agree. Once I thought it through after talking with you guys, like it was definitely the right call to run the ball there. You know, anything could happen on a you kick the ball, get your 3 points,
Or
it's a 6-point
put
game.
Chandler in a shotgun and let him run.
no, you don't want him in the shotgun. Then you start 5 yards
Was
deep.
it-
Your 4th and 2 turns into 4th and 7.
Was it 3rd and 6 or 3rd?
It was
or
4th and 2.
4th and 2. Man, we missed Grady.
Yeah, I mean that's a long 2. I'm not going to question the play call on that one. You just got to execute, and it unfortunately
Do
the
you
guy
think
got his
Dez
eye.
did better this game?
Overall, I think the offense got back to its roots, and I think we controlled the possession. And if you look at it, we won the time of possession again. We had a balanced attack. We won the turnover battle. I think we got back to UVA football. I wish we would have scored more in the second half, but the first 3 drives we scored touchdown, field goal, touchdown.
I think the offense did what they were supposed to do.
Defense is stout again.
Well, but at the same time, I'm not like 100% blown away that our run game is actually back. That if I understood correctly, like Cal is kind of known for giving up the run yards.
Yeah, they gave up
and
almost 300. I think it was astronomical number against Tech.
So I want to see us continue on that, like prove me wrong kind of thing. I'm hoping that that's not the case, that it was a matchup thing versus our scheming. But yeah, I mean, they did excellent protecting the quarterback. But really, I mean, this was another great game where the defense showed up again. Like, and there's such a scrappy, like, pick your spot defense. So we had some big stats. And Sean, can you break down like how our defense impacted the game on this?
Yeah, so the biggest one is in this game we held Cal to 265 yards of offense. And if you take away one play, which was that trick play after the turnover, it only comes down to about 220. And that takes away a touchdown. So really they only scored 2 times on us. The defense, Corey Hosner, stepped up big. I mean, he ripped that ball away for the interception. I believe it was his first career interception.
Well, he's a freshman, right?
Yeah, first year. And then
First year.
the big one to seal it by Cam. And Tony talked about it. When do we tell Cam to get down?
Never.
I agree.
Never.
In
Let
this
him
point,
score.
where a 24-21 win doesn't look as good as 31-21 because no one's going to be like, oh, well, they got a last-second interception and ran it back to the house.
Can't put himself in the top 12 for the Heisman. They released the top 12. He's number 12.
He's in the
number
Heisman
12
race as a linebacker.
as a linebacker. He's got 2 pick sixes.
Yeah,
Well-
he had 6 more tackles in this game,
Yeah.
5 assists. Well, I guess total 1 tackle for a loss and an interception and half a sack,
I felt it was needed.
and a 3rd-time ACC linebacker of the week.
I thought it was necessary to run it in. I mean,
I think so.
Yeah.
Who's going to stop him?
Also, it makes it a 2-score game.
2-score game. What if
I mean,
something
at the end
happened?
I understand the whole thing.
They had no time.
He could have fumbled the ball and whatever. He could
No,
have.
I'm saying.
but-
I mean,
Also, style points. Eye test. You win by
Yeah,
10.
that's where I go with it. It helps us out for
Well, after today's
the
rankings.
points. It helps us with the points. So I'm all for it. Because, again,
Vegas
I
like
believe
that.
we need to score more
Vegas
points.
is not happy.
Hey, backdoor cover. You're welcome.
dude, how pumped were y'all when he got that pick?
It was great. I was at the Mexican restaurant Azul.
Okay.
Azteca. There was only like 6 families in there.
He's watching the UVA game
Yeah.
on his phone.
No, they had it on the TV.
They had E
Because
ESPN?
They had ESPN. I asked them how they did it. They had direct TV. So I asked on Sundays, do they do NFL? And they said no.
All right.
Well-
Final thoughts on this Cal game.
Great win.
Good win. Good time. Good
It's a road win.
Did you
big road win.
Did you
Didn't we pick this one as like the trap game at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, we talked about it because you're going across the country to play a team.
How
You're
many
gonna-
miles?
And was it 3,500 miles, something like that?
Whew.
pretty stadium?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not where the Rose Bowl is. UCLA plays at the Rose Bowl, right?
You tell
I thought
us.
that was USC. I thought it was in LA.
I thought Cal.
Before we sound like idiots,
We can
look
always
it up.
delete
Google it.
the Rose Bowl.
Google it.
I thought. Is it? What is the?
Google me.
Is it
I'm a
UCLA?
winner.
Is it UCLA? Carsonetti, baby.
Pasadena. I don't know.
It's in LA.
Yeah, it's the Rose Bowl.
UCLA plays there.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I thought it was USC.
Nika Amaleev
I
is
think
there.
USC is the Coliseum,
Yes.
which is also a beautiful stadium.
Um,
How many people were in that stadium? That thing was empty.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
What is the attendance rate?
They had more trash talk on Twitter than they had fans in the stands.
By the way, their trash talk was pretty good. That was also some good banter between the UVA and Cal fans.
so final thoughts on the game. I mean, did you ever really think that we were going to be 8-1 at this time
No,
of year?
Ben, no. I think I said on the Cavalier Connection 9-3 is like my like surprise, and now I'm
30,000.
I mean, we've been there before,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like realistically, I think I had them at 7-5. So
Right.
our floor now is 8-4. I mean, like even if we lose out, I was saying if we
What was
lose
Broncos'
out
best season? 9-3.
10,
No, Bronco didn't get to 10. I think it was 9-3
9-4,
because we lost the
8 Florida game.
All right, so I kind of got an idea of what you guys really thought about the Cal game. Just a real big turnaround game. You know, a lot of we're holding up to the pressure so far that's from the outside pushing in. You know, the pressure of being what number
2019. Sorry.
number 15, 14, 12,
14th in the country now.
14th now, and that leads us into Wake Forest, another North Carolina team. So last year we played Wake, right?
We're 1-1 against Carolina teams right now.
Yep. Man, that interception stings even worse.
They did bring that up. They were like, what if they were 9-0? I mean, you're talking probably top 8 team.
And when you mean you're talking about the College Football Playoff Committee,
Yeah,
which, as we recorded this evening, they had us where
14th,
14th,
But projected, to, be,
11th versus Ole Miss.
I told Ben on the way here, God, that would be a game. I would love to go to Ole Miss.
Oh, that's one of my bucket lists.
Well,
DeGrove?
So we played Wake close last year, right? That was Wake Forest that we played close last year, or was that Georgia Tech? No, not Georgia Tech. It was Wake Forest. It was at the beginning of the year. We went to the beach. We won like on a final drive.
What was the year that we had the box? It was a Friday night. We got smacked.
So we beat Wake Forest and Wake last year.
Yeah, 31-30. That was a fourth quarter win.
Yeah.
Grady Brosterhouse with the 1-yard sneak for the go-ahead touchdown.
But Wake, did Clausen leave that year? Was last year's last year?
I thought Clausen. Yeah, no, because Clausen's last year was at Notre Dame, right?
I don't know. I thought he
It was Bachmeyer was the quarterback.
403 yards. Whew.
Yeah.
Um,
Calandria, though, 357, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
What happened to UNLV?
They're playing real.
The game
teams.
tape was figured out.
Yeah,
No, I think who'd they play? Utah or Boise State last night?
Boise State.
Yeah,
They played last night.
not
No.
last night.
Oh.
Last
Thursday
weekend.
or something.
No. So like this Wake game, Wake is scrappy. I don't really know what to expect out of Wake. You know what I mean? Like,
Wake should have beat Georgia Tech. Hands down, they should have won because
and then I think the week before that. No, was it the week before last week? They had a game-winning field goal
Correct. That was against.
walk.
That was against SMU. That was an ugly game. I watched that game.
Did SMU win or that one?
No.
That was Wake.
Wake beat SMU on a 50-yard field goal at the very end of the game. There was so many turnovers in that game, and I'm going to pull it back up because I was looking at it earlier. I want to say there was at least 6 combined turnovers in that game. It was back and forth. It was like no one wanted to hold on to the ball.
That's a baseball score almost.
13 to 12.
If you're analytics stat geek, so ESPN's FBI gives Virginia a 78.5% chance to win in this Wake Forest game.
8 turnovers. Sorry. 8 turnovers. Wake had 5 turnovers in that game, 3 fumbles and 2 interceptions, and they still found a way to win 13 to 12. You want to talk about drive killer?
A win's a win.
I wonder who said that before, but
But yeah, I mean this team. I mean, it's all going to depend on which Wake team really shows up. I guess they took it to the brink with Florida State.
no. Florida State blew them out. 40.
I think something. It was like
Okay,
40.
excuse
40.
me. I misread it. A brutal loss. So
Yeah,
when I read brutal loss, I took it as a close
they got
loss.
demolished.
Oh.
They had more turnover problems against Florida State.
Well, good. Hopefully we can get. I mean, the big thing is what Elio wants is defend Scott, go undefeated at home, and so far we've done that.
Yeah, so we are going to catch them at home, which definitely is a good advantage for us.
7 o'clock game.
Yep.
It's gonna be-
ESPN.
Not to throw us off too much, I think we're going to have 58,000 fans.
I'm okay with that.
That's what
I like to
that's-
see 60.
And it's I want to say it's 4th year 5th on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah,
So they got plenty
baby.
of time to drink. They're going to be wild out there
I thought the
on the
4th
hill.
year 5th was the last year's. The last
No,
home game.
No, I think it's they were debating it if it was going to be Halloween weekend or if it was going to be this weekend because it was something they debated it and they decided to make it the Wake Forest game. And now even better, it's a 7 o'clock kick, so you got all day to drink that.
You
So,
got
not to get us back on track.
Yeah, get us back on track.
So I think this game is going to be a real big test on this D line that we've been pumping up because the Wake's biggest weapon is their running back.
Well, I think it's two-headed monster between their running back and their quarterback because they're kind of like a Florida State style where they do a lot of RPO, and their quarterback Robbie Ashford is very good
Are
and
they
he's
still
fast.
running that mesh concept?
It's the run pass option. Kind of hold it. Not as slow as what Georgia Tech was 2 years ago, but they are running that RPO. So
This is another game like you were talking about Cam being in a Heisman. This is another game where he can really impact that run game for them.
Yeah.
Holmes, Hunter Osborne, all those guys really getting in and can make this happen. So, I think this is going to come down to our defensive line really showing up and putting pressure in. Because if we can stop their run game, it's the same for us. Like they're going to run off of balance too. So that's going to be the big key is us stopping that running back. He has 639 yards this year and 8 touchdowns. So I believe Taylor's got more touchdowns.
Yeah, Taylor's got 11.
damn.
He's like I said, he's number 2 or 3 in the country currently. So imagine if we had one of those games where he actually scored and we didn't give it to Whaley or Noah Vaughn. But yeah, they average about 20. This Wake team averages about 24 points a game. They do fumble it a lot. Again, like I said, there was 8 combined turnovers in the SMU Wake game. 5 of those coming from Wake itself, 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions. So I think this bodes well for us. Virginia is winning the turnover margin by a long shot currently. I mean, we are
When was the last
protecting
time
the
we
ball.
had that?
It's been a while. So again, last week 2 picks. We had a couple fumbles that we could have recovered, so we're forced some fumbles. I like our defense in this game to at least create 2 takeaways again, whether it be on the ground or a fumble or pick. And I think that's going to bode well for us. And then they gave up a lot of yards too to Florida State. They gave up 177 yards on the ground and 271 in the air. And there were some chunk plays. Castellanos was finding his receivers on the back end, taking the top off. And I think with our speed at the wide receiver, get Cam Ross going, if we can get one-on-one matchups, which will be good as long as we get our running game going, I really like us to be able to attack them in all facets of the game. So I do think it's going to be a hard-fought game. They are going to be chippy, competitive, physical. If we can replicate the game we had last week on the offense, the first half, I do think this is a game that we should be in a similar position to Cal in it. Hopefully we get up to 30 points, 35 points again.
Yeah.
The spread's 6.5.
Yeah, I just pulled that up.
And again, night game at Scott against Florida State, we induced a lot of trouble for them. Washington State, we gave them a lot of trouble, forced them to have some false starts. So Scott is causing havoc. We are really becoming the home of the four side and truly earning that moniker. So,
You think Bronco's proud?
I think so, if he's even paying attention. But it's...
Well, you're putting those thoughts in my head. It's kind of crazy because, like, yeah, so I was about to say, Bronco has, like, a lasting legacy there. And I guess he kind of does in some capacity because if you were going to
he's got the best...
Tech.
Yeah, he beat Tech, and he's got the better record.
But on the flip side of things, like, you can't say that Elliott hasn't built this program up, even though maybe you would say that he tore it down and rebuilt it, so to speak. But you see what I'm saying? Like, he didn't really...
He built it his way, and it took longer than expected
and
to
there was
get
some
here.
hiccups along the way,
What's
but
his record now?
I still think he's under 500. Right?
Definitely, he would have to win 12 games to get over 500.
Damn.
But you know what I mean? Like, you can't really say that, like, he took over the program and just continued to elevate it. He didn't. You know what I mean?
No.
So
19-24 currently.
The money.
So
That's not bad.
the money did.
if we win out this year to include a bowl game, he has a chance
To be 500.
to be 500.
But what I can say is it didn't seem like there was a bad culture with Bronco. And I'll be honest with you, I think one of the biggest things that is appealing about Elliott is the culture he's built. You know what I mean? Like, so somehow, even in those losing seasons, he seemed to keep the locker room, which I found impressive. You didn't really hear a ton of
I think they were balled in. So, yeah, it speaks volumes to him, but it kind of goes into if we weren't having the same year that we are currently, and he was asked to get rid of a coordinator, theoretically Des Kitchens, does he say, no, Des is my guy, I'm sticking with him, or is he going to say, yes, Carla, anything for you, and I will fire Des? I mean, look what Shane Beamer did. He fired his, and there was a soundbite of him cursing him out on the sideline.
I mean, with the coaching curve, so it's just wild. I mean, glad we're not a part of it, but
Well, yeah, so I
Hold on. Yet, not to throw us off.
Are you going to bring up what I said?
Yeah, I will.
Or at the end
I'll
of the
steal you.
outline, we can have some fun.
Yeah, but theoretically, 11-1 Virginia, 10-2 Virginia. Nick Howell. I had you in my mind because I was cursing you out in my mind. No, because we were talking about Bronco, and in my head I was like, man, remember that night I was yelling, "Fire Nick Howell"?
You don't want to talk about me and saying some words. You know how my cuss words are bad. My man, let me just go back.
Sean was a younger man.
We
Sean
lost that game, and I'm talking about from section 529, row D, all the way down to Fontaine. He asked every single person what he thought about Nick Howell, and before they could even answer, I'll tell you what I think about Nick Howell. Beep.
There might be some exaggeration involved.
Did
and there
you
might
not?
Have been
Did you
some,
not?
There might have been some substances involved in that.
You know what? But I wanted to say, and I think I said it in our group text, was kind of spitballing around here. Like at one point, you wouldn't really want to just let a coach go if you have like a decent coach out there. With the way that the coaching market is, you almost have to pick your spot when you're going to let your coach go and when you're going to hire.
So, piggyback off that, did y'all watch the Texas? What's the Texas coach? What's his name?
Sarkisian.
Did you watch his press conference? So they asked him about all the openings, and he said,
Who are you going to hire?
Who are you going to hire? And he goes, what coach are you going to go get? And how much are you going to pay for that buyout to get that coach? And he goes, coaches are getting let go that have winning records, great rapport. But
it's a new era, and it's unfortunate. But going back to what we were going to, do we fall into that coaching carousel if someone picks off Coach Rudd?
Elliott has a low buyout.
No.
Just saying.
I'm not talking about Elliott. I don't think anybody picks up Elliott with a losing record and one flash in the pan season.
We'll go out and get James Franklin.
I'm thinking
Tech
more
would be
like
so mad at us.
I'm just thinking Coach Rudd. Like he's got a defense. He's
Right.
even last year when the offense wasn't there, the defense was there, keeping us in games.
You know what?
This year, defense been stout, holding teams.
I think William Mary should fire London and go get Des Kitchen.
Well, since we're having fun with the coach conversation, I mean, if something like that does happen, where Coach Rudd goes, that's where you see that opportunity. Like, bring Dex back.
Yeah, I would say that
And
would be a good position.
I think I asked you guys, but you guys didn't answer me. Like, if Franklin went to Virginia Tech, what happens to Coach?
I don't
Dex?
think they
What happens
follow
to
him. I don't know they go to Tech.
I would love to pick him up just because you're
You
gonna.
if you're
gonna know
Virginia,
the,
you
you're gonna
find
know
a
the
way.
foe. You're gonna know the foe. Like you can't tell me that's not valuable in terms of scouting. Like scouting your former head coach.
Who
But
was the former offensive coordinator at Penn State? He's a coach now, but he was like, they both left. Tech took the DC, and he went, and they both had two different records.
I kind of recall that, but I don't remember precisely who.
It wouldn't be the first Virginia coach to go, or someone with Virginia ties to go to Virginia Tech. Ryan Odom, assistant coach at Virginia Tech. Son was born in Blacksburg.
I mean,
Just saying.
but his dad coached at UVA.
But-
I know, but I didn't realize he was at Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
I went through his bio today, and he had a laundry list of places. He's only been a head coach for 10 years, but we'll talk about that in basketball.
But I want to ask you, Mills. Like you didn't have the opportunity, and you like this kind of stuff. And me and Sean did it. We just had some fun with it. Maybe Sean has a new one. I'm going to stick with mine because it's still hot and live. Do you have a outrageous, crazy hot take, like just way out there, that you want to put out into the atmosphere? So mine was, if you recall, I said that Dabo would get fired.
Ooh,
And
that
then
one.
James Franklin would end up.
I don't think I heard that. I don't think he goes to Clemson, but I do think Dabo gets fired or he leaves. They part ways. Yours was.
It was soft. It wasn't outrageous. He said we're the best team in the state.
Yeah, okay.
He was trying to take a jab at you.
Debatable. Hot take. I don't even know if it's a true hot take. I think Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss to go to LSU, and his contract is over $15 million a year.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
I don't see it happening. I think
I'm just saying he is the main guy, and the other one that
the funniest thing was I can't wait to. I think this was from Crane and Company. They said I can't wait to see Lane Kiffin coach at 8 different schools next year because literally every SEC school is courting him right now.
LSU is the top spot. They have the money. They have the tradition. I think it's.
But don't you think Ole Miss kind of fits him?
Yeah, because
he has matured. He has
Of the college
matured.
students that he gets to look at.
He has matured a lot since his overnight departure from Tennessee. His kind of younger days, he's kind of matured, and I think
I'll give you another hot take. Vanderbilt coach goes to Florida.
I don't think that's hot take. I think that's very likely.
Oh, I think
Weren't they talking
He's
about him
going.
maybe going to Penn State?
He's going to be a hot commodity. No, I don't think you go from Vanderbilt to Penn State.
I
guess that's the same thing James Franklin did.
And
but,
a lot of, but yeah, that's the point. Like a lot of people, are like you can't do that. You can't. Why
well,
can't you do
the
that?
one
But-
that got ruled out is Coach Rule from Nebraska. But you're essentially hiring James Franklin to replace James Franklin,
correct.
guy who can't get it done in the big games.
Also,
and
like-
now he's without Patrick Mahomes
To
Jr.
add, like you say, like how I feel, like you know how JMU loses a coach every 2 years, 3 years. Probably gonna happen again this year.
Yeah, I mean, just the way that it's open.
Bob's done a good job, and he's a well-liked guy. And you know, it might not be an SEC school, it might not be a Big Ten school. It could be. You don't know what ACC schools are going to get fired, and he gets picked
I
up.
will say, like and you could probably answer this better. At what point does that catch up to JMU? Like, you can't just continue to hit and hit and hit.
I think the portal helps us because, and in all seriousness, the portal helps us because we get the kids from the Power 4 schools that aren't getting the playing time. They come over, and now they're playing. So, like, our running back, Knight, he was the third-string UNC guy, and now he's, like, our lead guy. So, like, I'm just saying that's how JMU's feeding off of is the Power 4 kids that aren't getting the playing time that want to play, and JMU's built this somewhat decent powerhouse of a program in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I just don't know when. Like, it does. It does kind of. It can equal out. I mean, you still can get the guys out of the portal, but if you just don't know how to use them, then
Yeah, I mean, we got lucky with Kurt and Bob so far. Bob coming from Holy Cross, so.
right. Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of encapsulates. We kind of had a little fun at the end with just spitballing and talking.
I do like your Dabo getting fired. I think that was a very.
I don't know.
I see there's way too many openings.
Dabo would go to SEC in a heartbeat.
I don't know if he fits that, if he's not big into the portal. But we'll see. I don't want to. I mean, what if he came over to us? Find a spot for Dabo.
Would you get rid of Elliott for Dabo?
No, I'm saying
What was
he
his
would.
background? Does he have?
I think he's a DC. He played. He's a defensive guy, isn't he?
I think
Or
so
was he a
because
receiver? No, he was a receiver. At
Elliott was-
Alabama.
Elliott was.
Elliott was the receiver coach. So I don't know
But
what
I think
Dabo's specialty.
didn't Dabo play receiver at Bama?
I don't know.
Look it up.
Yeah.
Google it, James.
What am I looking for?
Dabo
Football
at
history.
Alabama.
He was a water boy or something like that at Alabama. I don't know, man. I mean, if you think about it, Kiffin does owe a pretty
Wide
big
receiver
thank you to,
at
Yeah, I thought he
Alabama.
was a wide receiver.
he owes a pretty big thank you to Saban just for getting him back.
Could you
He
imagine
was
being
the offensive
100?
coordinator correctly. Was he the offensive coordinator at Alabama?
Mm-hmm.
Because
And he
he
kinda
won.
jumped
No,
off
but
of
he.
that.
But the night before the national championship, he left. Remember?
Oh. I mean,
Because he took the job, and Nick Saban said, "Go do your job."
Who are you talking about?
Lane Kiffin.
I was just saying that I
Oh.
felt like he owed Saban kind of like because he fell out of college football for a minute. Like
I did see one person say Nick Saban go back to LSU.
I think that would be smart.
I don't see it.
Or Coach O going back. But if you watch that video they posted today when Miss Terry says sit up, he sat up in record time. ESPN posted videos, his birthday, and he had to blow out the candles, but he was sitting back in his recliner. Miss Terry said sit up, and he just sprung
I mean,
up out of
she
that chair.
runs that household.
She runs a tight ship. Maybe he does want to get back
What did
into
he
coaching.
say? He doesn't want her around people throwing out the numbers because when she starts hearing them.
Oh,
Numbers,
she said but if he comes back, he's going to win his 9th national championship, and we don't leave any for the baby coaches. So,
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I kind of leave it at that.
You got a score prediction,
No, let's keep it rolling.
Sean?
31-14.
Oh,
I think Wake. I mean, not Wake. I think Cal only scores 2 touchdowns if it wasn't for that one play. Clearly, you can take one play off the board, but that reverse pass.
I do want to say it does seem like just to kind of, and we talked about this a little bit last time, it really does seem like there's a concerted effort by Elliott really to keep the future off of, he's trying, the rat poison as they call it. He's trying to keep them.
They're not looking at
focused.
the numbers. They're not looking at the rankings. They're just their
they are,
goal is to
though.
go
'Cause
1-0.
In the what's it called, the media today, I mean, he talked a lot about it, and like he's like, I told him they shouldn't watch it. He said, I'm not going to address it. I don't want you to watch it, but at the end of the day, you do what you're going to do. But
yeah.
I think it's
not.
smart.
It's not about
Maybe all the players
And
have YouTube TV and they couldn't watch ESPN today.
good for us. But I mean, if you really think like the way that he puts it in, and just the way like with the college football rankings come out and all that stuff like that, it's not about our rank right now. It's all about what our rank is at the end of the season.
I agree with that, and I think if he just keeps to his mantra, go 1-0 this week, that's all we got to live by. And kind of to the fans and us, don't just look at that end goal matchup that, we could be facing Ole Miss. No, let's just enjoy this ride, and we've talked about it before. Enjoy the ride.
I just
Enjoy
think
being
it's-
8-1 in pursuit of 9-1.
But I think it's fun that we are having this conversation now. When last 2 years we were talking about firing Elliott and moving on.
See,
and,
though, Sean, I agree partially with what you're saying. Like we have to enjoy it, but at the same time, I think both of you guys are right because it is our privilege as a fan to like really look at like about the what ifs of like and like maybe we do it, maybe we don't.
I mean,
But
ESPN has, if we win this game, we go from 73%
but
to
that's
basically 85%.
That's a double-sided sword though. Like
to make the ACC championship game.
And I think we can lose to Duke and still make the ACC championship.
but it's a double-sided sword to get excited about making the college football playoff from the sense of your perspective, like at the beginning of the year, I'm not going to get excited about this team because I'm just going to get let down. Are you going to have the same? But I would say probably, Mills, that you're not going to have the same level of letdown if we don't make the
I
college
will
football
have
playoff.
one letdown. I'll put it a letdown. If we get to 10-1 going into that last game and we drop an L, the season over.
I think that would be
The season's over.
that would be similar to Ohio State not being able to beat Michigan, but then winning the national championship.
That's the equivalency.
Yeah.
Draws there.
I mean,
So
But I did not mention that. Well, I can't remember what you said. Like, which you thought was going to be, which is a more impactful win, winning the national title or being Michigan. Like,
for us,
not for us. For
No,
for
no, I'm
them,
saying for us.
they hate each other so much that Ohio State to get at the end of your senior year, you get the golden britches if you beat a Michigan team. And right now, there's guys that will graduate from Ohio State that won't get a golden.
And I
britches.
guess like so it's like for us, obviously, yeah. If we won the national title, that would way outweigh losing the Tech because we've already lost.
Well,
the
then
Tech.
we have something to really hang over there, that
But-
trophy room.
winning. But I would say,
I mean, I think winning
but
the
I would
ACC
say-
championship
yeah,
would
but I
be
say
something to hang over them.
Winning the ACC title, but losing the Tech,
Has Tech won these? Like, how many times have they won
They haven't won
probably-
it since
probably since Vic.
Michael Vick era.
the ACC title?
yeah, I wouldn't know.
Oh, they at least won it with Tyrod, right?
No, I think it was just with Michael Vick.
Michael Vick, they were in the Big East then. They've only been in the 20 years.
They've won 4 ACC championships. They were in the pre-ACC championship era,
Okay,
and their most recent was 2016. They lost to Clemson. 2011, they also lost to Clemson.
so they won in 10, 8, and
Yeah.
7.
10, 8, and 7.
So
Was that the Marcus Vick years?
no, Marcus Vick was.
I don't know.
Was
I'm asking.
I don't know. I thought Marcus Vick was right after his brother.
Clearly, we're gonna sound like idiots on the.
Who cares? No
podcast.
one knows Tech.
Well, if they listen this far, I mean,
Good for them. But no, I think while he's looking this up, to your when we first talked about this season, we are like, 7-5 is attainable. You know, you mentioned most games were 50-50. We're winning the 50-50 games. We're one pass away from being 9-0.
well, I thought North Carolina State was gonna be a 50-50 game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're one pass away from being 9-0.
That's something that's insane to think about.
If you were in the ball with a minute 12, Dez.
Yeah, it was it sucked because it was just miscommunication. It was just a bad play.
Yeah. But if he catches it, we're like, oh, that's the greatest play there was.
But we didn't. Yeah, I mean that's like, but that's
Double-edged sword. I understand.
that's just the nature of the beast, right? Like they get the praise when it works out, but you're also gonna get the boos when it doesn't work out. But I don't know that you're right though. I hate that. I've kind of had already wiped it from my mind, to be honest with you. That North
I
Carolina
haven't,
thing
'cause
because I
I-
feel like we did. What was it? Second down or first down? But we had time.
Second,
We had
no,
No, it was first down.
It was first down
Yeah,
because we
had
just
time
got there.
to move the ball closer. and-
Well, we were running. We got down the field with, like,
I took my take on that was we should have
ran the ball.
not. Yeah, we should have either huddled instead of muddle and really set
Were
ourselves
you able
up.
to find out who was quarterback in those years?
Oh, I didn't find it. Let's see. It's 2007.
So we got to continue the banter, Mills. But yeah,
Let's just take a guess. I'm going to either say Tyrod Taylor or
Sean Glennon. No, I don't think Sean Glennon.
Sean Glennon might have been in
Jeff
07.
Byer. Tyrod Taylor was a freshman that year in 2005.
So 07, he was definitely the starting quarterback.
Maybe we'll have a run like that.
Let me correct myself.
Well,
It
one
was
and eight.
07, he was a freshman.
So
And then in 08, I would assume he was probably the starter then.
Then they started to just go downhill from there.
He was
They
a
really
sophomore.
did.
Tyrod was good. And it was
It
decent.
was good, but I'm just saying, like, they had probably good records. But I'm saying
They're
program
19-1 against us.
that is another point I would make. Was it who replaced me?
He started
Was it
5
Fortes?
games in 2007, and then he was the starter in 2008, 2009, 2010.
So he won 2 ACC titles.
Yeah.
Tyrod did.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He
Got-
had a decent.
Yeah,
career.
went to Buffalo.
All right. Well, does that wrap it up, boys?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll say that wraps up football.
Guys,